Cowal is a rugged peninsula in Argyll and Bute on the west coast of Scotland. It's connected to the mainland to the north and is bounded by Loch Fyne to the west, by Loch Long and the Firth of Clyde to the east, and by the Cowals of Bute to the south. Dunoon and the Cowal Peninsula is as beautiful as it's diverse, from the towering mountains in the north to the mellow scenery and sea lochs of the south. Argyll Forest Park is located in Cowal. Established in 1935, it was the first forest park to be created in the UK. I'd last visited the Cowal Peninsula many years ago, getting the ferry to Dunoon, but hadn't really explored the area. I was excited to be visiting some uncharted territory for a change.
So welcome to another video. Brora's getting a bit impatient here. She wants to go for a walk. So we're away in the van for 3 or 4 nights. This is kind of mid-August now, and the schools go back actually this week. So I've not been away since my trip in the summer, June, mid-June. I was away for 16 nights. I haven't been away in the van since. So I thought I'd come and explore the Cowal Peninsula. I have been here before, but it's been a long, long time, and I've not really travelled around the Cowal Peninsula at all. So we've booked into a campsite tomorrow and Wednesday night. This is Monday night. So we'll head further round the peninsula tomorrow. But for tonight, we're parked up in a Forestry Inland Scotland Park for the Night car park, which is £7 for the night, and it's at Jubilee Point, which looks out into Loch Eck. You can probably see that behind me. It looks beautiful. And yeah, we're here for tonight, so hopefully we'll have quite a good night in the van. I've got some pasta for tea, I've got some wine, I've got some new fairy lights which I've just put up because my old ones were broken. And the midges, there's a few midges going about, but it's not too bad. So yeah, we'll have a wee walk around here. So hopefully I might get up a hill this trip. I've got my sights set on Ben More, not a Munro, it's a Fiona, and it's the highest point I think in the Cowal Peninsula. Ben Fiula is a Corbett, and I think you do that from near Loch Goyle Head. That's another hill that I might think about, but this is Monday and Wednesday's to be a pretty good day. But I'd quite like to do Pucks Glen, which is a nice walk. Right, you are so impatient, so we'll get moving. It's cool. So good morning from a rainy morning in Cowal. So the rain probably started about 7 o'clock this morning, and it's pretty miserable here, a bit windy as well. So it's just 10 to 10. These Forestry Land Scotland parks up are from 6 p.m. at night till 10 in the morning. So we're actually all packed up. We've had breakfast. Brora's still to get her breakfast. You can just see her there, probably looking for birds. And yeah, so there's not really many walks here, so I'm just going to take her along the kind of tarmac road. There's a bit of a driveway to get in here, and then we'll move on. So because it's so wet today, I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do, and we can get into the campsite from 12 midday, so we'll probably head up there. I think it might be better actually further west. It's quite hard to pick out where the better weather is. So yeah, we'll make our way. So we've just got some chores to do. I've managed to get the windows demisted, and I've got a wee bucket for my wastewater. I don't have a wastewater tank, so that has to get put into here so that I leave no trace. So I'll empty the bucket into my wee container and dispose of it at the campsite. So that's the next job, but I'm going to get my waterproofs on for that. And I've got my wellies out. So yeah, the realities of van life. It's all good when the sun's out and the weather's dry, but yeah, when you've got a dog as well, you've no excuse, but you have to get out.
Not long after leaving our park up, I noticed a sign for Pucks Glen and decided to pull into the car park and go for a walk. The glen is named after Puck, a mischievous spirit who haunts many legends and appears in William Shakespeare's A Midsummer Night's Dream. But perhaps you should look out for the Poca Ban, Argyll's answer to Puck, a spirit that appears as a rolling ball of wool, tripping people up. James Duncan, Laird of Benmore, had the gorge enhanced at considerable expense in the 1870s. He wanted to evoke a wild, mystical realm to charm his visitors. The glen's cool, perpetually damp depths provide the ideal habitat for lush mosses and ferns.
So we've driven down the road a bit from our park up, and we're now going to do the walk Pucks Glen, which I've wanted to do for a while. So I think most of the water is coming off the trees at the moment. It's very light rain, but it should be quite nice because all the rivers are full. There's been so much rain this morning. So I'm looking forward to this walk, and obviously we'll bring you along. Brora's needing a walk. She just had a very short walk this morning at her park up. So looking forward to it. Pretty amazing. With all the rainfall, the waterfalls are beautiful. Lots of little bridges. A magical place. So we're back in the van after our walk. That turned into a really wet walk round about Pucks Glen. But it's probably a good time to see it when the river's in spate. So all the waterfalls were beautiful, but it came on really heavy rain. So we're back in the van. Brora's had a dry off with a towel. She's actually still dripping, and she's had breakfast. And it's now 12:25. But yeah, it was a good walk. So glad I did it. That I might come back in better weather, but a nice wee walk. So we shall bring you back later.
After our walk and drying out, we had some lunch and then made our way towards the campsite.
Up. It's a lovely site, quite a small site, but really nice. And the weather's really nice and warm now. So that's our pitch there. Lovely. Tucked away in the corner here. And I'll just show you the rest of the site. There's a lot of static caravans way over the back. It's lovely. Facilities block is just up there. Yeah. So 3:25. So time for a cup of tea and some cake. These are wee bothies, I think, that you can rent. I don't think there's anybody in them. Yeah, what a lovely setting. So nice. Right. Oh. Oh, lovely. This is the life.
After my tea break and short sunbathe, the weather started to get a bit chilly, so I planned a wee driving route to explore some of the Cowal Peninsula. I'd wanted to visit Otter Ferry, where I'd been as a child, so I followed the signposted minor road to Otter Ferry, which to my surprise had hairpin bends, steep ascents, very few passing places and grass growing up the middle of the road. Thankfully, I didn't meet anyone coming the opposite way, but it was a pretty hair-raising trip. There used to be a passenger ferry at Otter Ferry. In 1773, the quay at East Otter had been completed, and there was a similar quay on the opposite side of Loch Fyne at West Otter. The name Otter Ferry comes not from the native sea otters, which you might be lucky enough to see on the rocky shores, but from the gravel spit, Gaelic an Otter, which runs out into Loch Fyne for over a mile at low tide. It's dangerous to walk out too far as the tide comes in quickly and can easily cut you off from dry land.
So we've just left the campsite and come over a single track road with grass up the middle, a 6 mile single track road to somewhere called Otter Ferry. And my mum and dad had a camper van. They got it when I was 7, and that was a long time ago. That was in the 1970s. And I remember coming here, and I think we probably used to park up here. So I've not been back since then, but I can see why they liked it. It's just amazing. It's quite dull. We had a rain shower there, but yeah, just beautiful. So we're just taking a wee wander up the beach. So we're just turned and we're going back towards Otter Ferry again. There's some weather coming in. So I'm not going over that single track road again. That was quite hairy. I'm going to make my way down to Brook and then just loop round and come back up towards the campsite. But it's probably just about 5 o'clock. 5:05. But it's quite changeable, the weather. I was sunbathing at the campsite an hour ago. So we've just parked up at Brook, and that water in front of the camera is the Cowals of Bute, and that is the Isle of Bute just over there. It's just so picturesque here. It's lovely. Beautiful. Where are you going? Come on. She wants to go on the beach. we're actually just going to head back to the van and then back to the campsite. I think it's 11 miles from Brook to the campsite. So I'm getting quite hungry. And I don't know what we're going to get up to tomorrow. It's to be a really nice day, but quite windy. So we'll see what tomorrow brings. But I hope you've enjoyed this video, which started off at my park up on the side of Loch Eck and the walk round Pucks Glen, and obviously a wee road trip round about some of the Cowal Peninsula. But it's just amazing. I'm just looking at the light across there. It just looks lovely. Yeah, what a gorgeous spot. So thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye.